Yowza.
Daniel, thank you for joining me today on Press Day to talk about Weird, the Yankovic Story premiering on Roku November 4th. We were watching these trailers, the articles written everywhere. We're almost there. The movie's about to drop. I watched it last night.
Oh,
I
cool.
loved it. I
Oh,
loved it.
awesome.
I love how it was funny. It's like the storyline's all over the place, which is the great jokes and everything. What are you hoping for when the Weird Al fans tune in for the first time to watch this?
Well, specifically the Weird Al fans, I'm just hoping like they love it as much as possible. Like it was all made with so much love for Al that hopefully they will be able to sort of see that and that will inform their viewing of it. My ultimate hope for the film is that I guess also a thing I'd say is that if you can watch it with more than one person, like I feel like it's obviously we're streaming, we're on Roku, so if you've got a couple of mates that you can watch it with, that's definitely going to be probably more fun than on your own. But even on your own, it's like it's a fun, delightful, crazy movie, and so yeah, I'm just really hoping people are into it.
How how did you connect with the character now of Weird Al? Like, how did you prepare to play this? What kind of research did you put into the character?
I mean, a lot of my preparation for this was, was playing the accordion and was learning as much of the accordion as I could in the time I had. And then it was such a tight shoot that a ton of my preparation was just going like, okay, I've got these three numbers which require me to learn some dancing. I've got this fight scene, which is also, that's a different type of dance, but it's all just choreography. And like those were and obviously we're filming a huge amount of pages per day, so there was a huge amount to learn. So it was really just like having all that stuff locked down as much as I could, and so that I wasn't going to be costing us time on the day at any point. And then other than that, it was just like a fun challenge of just like listening to as much Al as you can from, because
Definitely.
the version of him that I'm playing in the film is so vastly different, obviously, from who he is in real life, that I was freed from having to be like too accurate to that.
So you mentioned no background with the accordion, huh? That was one of my
No,
big questions for you. Like, how did you like even
dude.
like learn to play this?
So I have an amazing friend called Pete Scalziti, who is a self-taught accordion player, and he had a couple of accordions lying around. So he, bless him, gave me lessons. He not only gave me lessons, but he also made animations for me of
Okay.
um, so like which but fingers press which keys and which on which button at which time while the song was playing. So like he helped me out a lot. But yeah, it's definitely I love the instrument. Still have one. I
Mm.
will pick it up and play it from time to time. But I would say to somebody like, don't expect like if you're somebody that needs like instant gratification, this is not the instrument for you.
I can see that. What kind of input or advice did Weird Al give you to play the character, to play himself?
Honestly, again, not to keep talking about the accordion, the only notes Al really gave me, he didn't give me a ton of notes on character or performance or anything like that. But it was all to do with the accordion and where my
Mm.
fingers were, and honestly, how much I was pumping the bellows because that he wanted that to look more expansive than I was doing it. But yeah, other than that, he was a really. I've been on sets before where you're you're playing a real guy and the real guy is there.
Yeah.
And it's honestly pretty intimidating. Like if you look at my press tours from those films, I'm sure I'll say it was great. I loved having them there every day. But it's pretty nerve wracking. And for Al was not like that for some pretty, I mean, obvious reasons, I guess. But like, it's such a
Mm.
crazy version of a movie. We're not filming something dark and depressing. And I think he was just having a really nice time on the movie. Like he was
Mm.
watching a film of his life get made by a cast and crew of people who absolutely idolize him. So I think he just had a really nice time being there.
Throughout the film, we see your journey as Weird Al, creating the songs and everything. What was your favorite part of that? And what was like your favorite song, you think?
My favorite song and my favorite song to perform was "I Love Rocky Road" because we play it in a bar. We got to play it through a few times, and it was the most it's the most we ever felt. I feel like a real band because we were in
Mm.
like there were background in there, and it was a really tiny room, and we got to like belt out the song a few times. So yeah, I feel like that was probably my favorite one to perform.
What did you think of the outfits that you were wearing throughout the movie?
amazing. I mean, they're really comfy. Like a Hawaiian shirt and Vans is a really, really comfy look.
Mm.
It's so I had a great time at my costume fittings, and I think I want to say I kept like 3 or 4 of the shirts. So I've got some Hawaiians now in the rotation.
That's right. So we see the movie also you interact with the amazing 80s icons, like Madonna, Pee Wee Herman, Gallagher, just to name a few. Who was your favorite, you think?
Honestly, Pee Wee Herman, because I know Yorma, and who was playing him, and he was so insanely good at playing Pee Wee Herman, and I said to him like, how you just knocked that out of the park? Like, and he was like, I've had a Pee Wee Herman impression ready to go since I was 11 years old. So he was, and like, yeah, I don't know. He directed on a Miracle Workers I did, so it was really cool. Like, there would be shots of him at the party just like walking over to me
Mm.
like that, and I could just see him out the corner of my eye, and it would almost make me laugh. Yeah.
How amazing was Evan Rachel Wood playing Madonna? Because if you put a picture of young Madonna next to her, you're like, oh my God.
Evan's incredible. Like the first day she stepped on set, because it's not just that she's brilliantly talented and she is all those things. She's also really like game, unfussy, unprecious, and just like ready to. So on this film, we were getting a maximum really generally of like 3 takes per
Mm.
shot, or maybe 4 or whatever sometimes. But Evan got in and realized on the first stage, he was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is what this is. That the kind of only getting 2 or 3 takes at something would throw a lot of people.
Mm.
And she's, way past that. She's just, yeah, she was amazing. And you're right, just so good as Madonna. Like her performance is incredible. I also feel like I need to shout out the makeup and hair teams and costume, because just everyone styled it perfectly as well.
That's amazing. How do you describe that, like working with like that relationship in the movie?
With Evan,
Yeah.
I mean, it's great because I mean, the relationship in the movie is so sort of torrid and tempestuous,
Right.
and obviously very, very physical, that you want somebody with that you're gonna have fun with, and you're gonna. And
Mm.
the first day she arrived on set was us doing the makeout scenes with us like rolling around the house. And as soon as you did that, you were like, she's cool. She's gonna she's gonna throw me against the wall and just get into it. And yeah, it was fun.
That's awesome. One of my favorite scenes is when your character gets mad that Michael Jackson stole his song.
Yeah, sure.
What
It's
would you
my
say is
favorite joke.
yours? Yeah.
That was one of my favorite jokes in the film, because that was the moment where I was like, oh, and it kind of marks the turning point of now we're off into truly crazy
Mm.
other alternate universe. But yeah, I loved that joke. I loved all the stuff actually, with my dad, and trying to like with my
Yeah.
younger self, like desperately trying to figure out what is made at the factory. I find that really funny as well. Um, and yeah, and just actually like Toby's whole performance. Toby Huss, who plays my dad, because he's obviously like supposed to have had his hand cut off in a thresher accident when he was younger. So Toby's entire performance is just him with a leather glove on that hand, just like doing that a lot, and it gets me every time.
That's amazing. Daniel, I want to thank you for coming on today. Give me a few minutes to talk about this. I can't wait for everybody to check it out November 4th on the Roku channel.
Awesome. Thank you very much, man. Take care.
Thank you.
Nice
Have a
to,
great
nice to
day.
talk to you.